Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another updates from my YouTube channel. Today we have discussed about how to build and deploy this full stack application on AWS EC2 and S3 bucket. Okay, so I'm going to discuss about how to build and deploy this full stack application on AWS Fargate. Okay, so first of all, what is AWS Fargate? So this is the Amazon AWS Fargate official page. So if you don't have any idea about this AWS Fargate, you can just go through this page, so you will have a basic idea about this AWS Fargate. Basically, AWS Fargate is a compute engine for Amazon Elastic Container Services. Okay, so that will work for the both Amazon Elastic Container Services and Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Services. So basically, this AWS Fargate eliminates need for the users to manage the EC2 instances on their own. So in fact, users don't need to use EC2 instances at all. So Fargate itself will act as a compute engine. So it lets you focus on the elements like designing and the constructing your application instead of managing the infrastructure that runs them. So with Fargate launch type, so all you need to do is package your application in the container and specify the memory and the CPU requirements and define IAM policy and launch your application. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy my application on AWS Fargate. So this is the official page of this Amazon Web Services. So come down. So here we will have a different types of containers. I'm going to choose this Elastic Container Service and click on get started. So this is the clusters work basically. So we need to create a cluster. So click on get started. So here we will have a one diagram. So the diagram of ECS object and how they are related. Basically we need a container basically. So a container is nothing but a standardized unit of software development and contains everything that your application needs to be run the code. And coming to the task definition, basically the task definition is a text file. Okay, so that will contains a JSON format that describes one or more containers that form your application. So you can think that this task definition is a blueprint of your application. And so with the help of this task definition, so we will create one or more tasks. So a task is the instantiation of the task definition. So with the cluster, so within the cluster you have the option to specify the number of tasks that will run on your cluster. So coming to this service, this service is related to our application, and clusters basically is a logical grouping of resources that your application needs. So if you use Fargate launch type with the task within the cluster, then Amazon ECS manages your cluster's resources. Okay, so we have different types of containers here. So simple app, Nginx, Tomcat web server, and the custom. So depends on your requirement, you can choose your container size. So I'm going to choose this custom. So click on this custom and so define your container name. So I'm going to create the container for MySQL here. So MySQL database and define image here. Okay, so MySQL, and if you want to define some version that is related to the tag name, something like 5.7 or something. So but I'm going to use the latest one, so don't define that latest here. So automatically it's going to take latest one. And so define some memory limit. So I'm going to defining some memory limit that is so 512 soft limit, and the hard limit is 1024. Okay, and port mapping, that is the 3306 or MySQL port mapping, and click on advanced container configurations. So here we need to specify the environment. Okay, environment variables, so which will have key and values. Basically we need a so MySQL user name. Okay, and we need MySQL password, and again we need a MySQL root password basically, and we need MySQL database here. So MySQL database. Okay, so these are the keys, and I'm going to define the values here. So define some values. And okay, so that's it. So these values should be matched with your Spring Boot application that YAML file properties. So this username and the password and our database. Okay, so otherwise it throws error. Okay, you can just make sure those properties should be matched with your MySQL environment variables. Click on update, and we have a task definition here. So click on edit. Okay, so the task definition, basically we have to define the task definition name and network mode. Okay, and execution role and compatibilities. So that is AWS Fargate. And task memory, so we have to define the memory. So I'm going to take 1 GB, and task CPU I'm going to take 0.5 V CPU. Okay, click on save and click on next. Okay, so we have to define our service here. Basically a service allows to run or maintain a specified number of simultaneous instances of a task definition in a ECS cluster. So number of desired task is 1, and click on next. Okay, so if you want to take load balancer, so you can take application load balancer, but I don't need load balancer here. So just click on next, and here define the cluster name. I'm going to take MySQL as a cluster name. Click on next. Okay, so you can just review this configuration before you are going to create the cluster and service and everything here. Okay, so port number and the protocol and memory and everything here. So click on create. So it's going to take like couple of minutes. Okay, so this may take up to like 10 minutes. Okay, so let's wait for that, guys. So here it's prepared like all the services. Okay, so just click on view service. So it's showing as active. Okay, so click on tasks. Okay, so here we have a task, guys. So the task status is showing as pending. Okay, just click on this refresh. So now it is showing as running. Okay, so click on this task, and here you will find like all the details of this task. Okay, so what we need to do is we have to get it this public IP. So just copy this public IP, and so come to this Spring Boot application. Here we have a host, so we need to paste this host name here, that is public IP. And the other properties like database name and the username and the passwords, these properties should be matched with your MySQL. So whatever that MySQL environment variables that we have defined in the AWS Fargate, so those names will be matched with these names. Okay, so that's it. You can save this, and here we need to define the Docker file. So in the Docker file we have to provide the JDK version and the target. Within the target we will define like so the path. So wherever the jar file is located, that jar file path we have to mention here, and after that to execute this we have to define one entry point. So java jar. Okay, and so I'm going to create the Docker image, guys. So Docker, so before I'm going to create the Docker image, I need to build this application first by using maven clean install skip tests. So I'm just skipping the test cases. Okay, so once the application is built, I'm going to create the Docker image here. Okay, so now we have to create the Docker image here. So what we need to do is we have to create the Docker image, Docker, so build tag name, and so we have to define our username. Okay, so because I'm going to push this image to my Docker hub, so that is the reason we have to define our Docker username here, and I'm going to take some name. Okay, so let's define Angular 8 image and specify the current directory. Okay, it's going to take like a couple of seconds to create the Docker image. Okay, so let's clear this and let's push this Docker image, push, and define my image name. Okay, so that's it. You can push this. So now it's going to take like a couple of seconds to push this image to my Docker Hub. Okay, it's done, guys. So go to Docker Hub and let's refresh this. Okay, so this is the image that we have pushed. Okay, so let's copy this Docker image name and go to this ECS. Again, go to this clusters. We need to create again like same clusters and the task and the services here for this Spring Boot application. Earlier like we have created for MySQL. Now I'm going to create for Spring Boot application. Okay, so click on this configure and define some container name here. So Spring Boot. Okay, and define your image name. Okay, and before that you can define docker.io. so it's going to pull from Docker repository. Okay, so here we don't need tag name, so the tag name is the latest one. And coming to this soft limit, so you can define 512. Okay, memory limit here, and port mapping I'm going to map to 8080. Okay, add port mapping to 80. Okay, and advanced container configuration, so health check, environment. So I don't need container timeouts and network settings. Okay, so click on update, and now so again we need a task definition here. So click on edit. So if you want to define some names and if you want to change something like task execution role and task memory, you can change here. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything. So click on next, and so here again like we have to define our service. So if you want to define this service as a load balancer, you can define here. Okay, and so click on next. So cluster name, you can define cluster name as Spring Boot here, and click on next. Okay, so you can just review your configuration before you are going to launch. So before you are going to create this, okay, services. So again it's going to take like a couple of minutes, guys, so let's wait for that. Completed like all the services here. Okay, so you can just check the status here and click on this view service. Okay, so go to tasks again, so click on refresh. So the status it is showing as provisioning. Okay, okay, now the status is showing as running. So what you can do is, so just click on this task. Okay, so get this public IP, so just copy this public IP here and just paste here, and so our port number is 8080. Okay, let's hit enter. Let's refresh again. Okay, so we got the white label error page here. So the server is started now. So our endpoint is API employees. Okay, so we got the empty response here because we don't have any data. Now, so what we are going to do is we are going to create clusters and the tasks for our Angular application. So before we are going to create Angular application, so what we need to do is, so here come to details and copy this public IP. Okay, and open your Angular code. So in the Angular code, what you need to do is you can click on your service. So in the service we are calling our backend service, right? So through this URL. So here we have a local host. So instead of local host, you can just put your Spring Boot this task public IP here. Okay, that's it. You can save this. And so if you have any nginx configuration, okay, just click on this. So here we have a local host and paste again, and here also paste this IP. That's it. You can save this. And now what I'm going to do is, so we need a docker file. So this docker file will contain like all the commands. So if you don't have any idea about like how to dockerize this Angular application, please go through my previous video. So now I'm going to create a image here. Okay, so docker build the tag name and Angular demo. So we need to define our username of our docker repository. So this is my username and this is the image name, and let's hit enter. So it's going to take like a couple of seconds, guys, so let's wait for that. Okay, so the image has been created successfully. So let's clear this console, and now I'm going to push this image, docker image push. So my username, and so our image name, so Angular demo. Okay, so let's hit enter. Okay, so it's done. So go to this docker hub and click on repositories, and let's refresh this URL. So yeah, this is the image that we pushed now. So just copy this, okay, image name, and come to your Amazon ECS and go to this clusters again and click on get started. So again we need to configure one more ECS forget. Okay, so just click on this custom configure and define your Angular. So we have to define the container name here. So I'm going to define as Angular, and so we have to define our image name here. Okay, so let's remove this tag name, and we need soft limit. So I'm going to define hard limit as 512, and the port mapping is 80. Okay, and so let's update this. So click on next, and the service name, so I'm going to take load balancer type as none here. Okay, click on next, and the cluster name I'm going to take as Angular here. Okay, so click on next. You can just review your configuration here. Okay, the port number and the memory and the protocol and everything here. So it's looking good. So click on create. Again, it's going to take like a couple of minutes to create this all the services. So let's wait for that. Now it's created successfully. So all the services are completed. So you can check the status here and click on this view service. Okay, click on this tasks, and so the task status showing as pending. So let's refresh this. So status is showing as running now. So click on this task, and so take this public IP, and let's open the browser and let's hit enter. Okay, so this is our Angular application, guys, that we have deployed on AWS Fargate. So click on add employee. So let's give some data here. Okay, and give some number, department, submit it. Okay, so it's added successfully, guys, so it's working fine. So click on edit details and let's update this. Okay, so updated successfully here. So if you want to delete, you can delete here. So edit details and back to employee. So it's working fine, guys. So this is how you can deploy this full stack application on AWS ECS Fargate. Okay, so if you like this video, so please go ahead and like this video. So if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.